Good morning, everybody. I'm about to make my carrots that I talked about yesterday. So I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. This is a short, simple video just to give you a basic idea of another way that you could roast carrots. Just like I spoke about in all of my videos, but in my green bean video yesterday, you may get sick of eating a particular vegetable. You just need to change up the way you're making it. It doesn't mean you just stop eating green beans, or you just stop eating carrots, or you just stop eating whatever type of vegetable that you're eating. Change it up. Start sauteing it, start roasting it, start steaming it, chop it differently. Just get a different texture going. Maybe get a different seasoning or a different herb that you add with it, just so you can have some flexibility and a little bit more spontaneity. Try to change it up each week. So I found at Whole Foods, and I know that Deerberg sells these as well, and of course those are the two stores that I shop at in St. Louis. But there's obviously going to be plenty of stores all over the country that'll have this type of carrot. The difference is, again, I could just get normal carrot sticks that I would buy for Sophie for her lunch, but the difference is just the way that these are cut. So number one, I don't want to have to cut these and take the time to peel carrots. I just don't have that kind of time. So this one is kind of cut up like a French fry, which is awesome. So I'm going to take an entire bag of this, and I'm going to spread it all over my sheet cake pan. And again, just like I've done on all of my videos, I'm going to show you these parchment sheets. These are amazing. I use these. I posted a link on this video to purchase these because they're so amazing. And whenever I do videos, people ask me about them, so I just started posting a link to them. They're just so much easier to clean up your pan. They're unbleached, so you don't have to worry about any toxins from that perspective, and it's not directly on the metal. So it's a barrier between you and the metal. So I'm just going to take these carrots, and yes, I could do 2 bags of carrots on here, but I'm so particular about how I like things cooked. I really want to enjoy my food because I just have so small of a palette of things that I actually get to eat that I really want it to be amazing if I'm going to have it. So I try to go the extra mile. So part of what I do is I really spread things out, not have them on top of each other, because if they're on top of each other, they won't get crispy and they won't get as caramelized. So I really spread them out nice and thin. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 bags while I do it, so I just have them ready for several days. And I could use spray olive oil on this. I mean, it very much would work just fine if I did. I tend to drizzle, but I will show you that I was able to find a really clean olive oil at Whole Foods, and it's just organic extra virgin olive oil in the ingredient list. Now, if you are buying a spray olive oil, you really have to make sure that you're paying attention to those ingredients, because sometimes you'll find soy in with this stuff. So you really have to be particular about that, because you do not want to be grabbing any bad ingredients as you're doing an aerosol spray like this. Okay, so the olive oil that I use is this California Olive Ranch. I find it locally at Deerberg's. I also find it at Whole Foods. I've been told that it's even able to be found at a place like Walmart, and Target. So this is the one that I use. So I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to show you I'm fairly liberal with it because a lot of this just evaporates off because I do cook these for a while. So when I'm finished drizzling this, what I do, make sure that I take the time. I've got clean hands, so I take the time to really roll these in this olive oil so they are good and coated. Like, I want each carrot to have a reasonable amount of olive oil so that they don't burn and char on the other side. I mean, I want them to be a little caramelized, but I don't want them to be black. It's very toxic for you to eat food that has been charred. So you really want to make it a priority, if something burns at that level, that you just throw it out and you don't eat it, because you will get a lot of toxins. Now, as I always talk about in all my videos, you want to be cautious with your heat temp on your oils. So if you're using olive oil, which is what I use because I personally like the taste, I believe that it just makes it have a very buttery taste to it. So I always use olive oil. But remember that you want to be 325 degrees or lower when you're baking in the oven, or if you were sauteing, you'd want to be medium or lower. I just go a little bit under medium. That way the oil is not damaging, it's not oxidizing, it's not becoming pro-inflammatory oil. So it's be very cautious with that. Now, if you wanted to go a higher heat temp, you could use avocado oil here because it goes up to 500 degrees. I don't personally feel that avocado oil has a taste to it. So I like being able to have that buttery addition to whatever I'm making from the olive oil. Olive oil is an anti-inflammatory oil. It will help to reduce cholesterol. It will help to reduce blood pressure. So avocado oil is great for you too. I just use olive oil because I truly appreciate the taste differently than I do the avocado oil. So at this point, I'm not going to salt these. I always salt them after. So I'm just going to throw these in the oven. This oven here is amazing. It has the size that I can take a sheet cake pan and go across, no problem at all. And then I could literally do 2 more racks of those if I wanted to, which is amazing. I started talking yesterday about investing into a range like that or an oven like that, and the difference over time kind of manufacturers paying for the oven and the amount of time that you can save on prepping things like that. So just something to consider, you know, when you're really thinking about investing in something like that. You always, yes, we love the look of it. Yes, we love the fact that there's 6 burners, but the fact that there's 6 burners and the fact that I could legitimately cook 6 sheet cake pans right now. I could have 6 sheet cake pans cooking right now, so that all of my vegetables at some point could just be done, you know, in maybe a 1 hour period of time, because I could do 12 sheet cake pans within 1 hour. So just something to consider when you're investing. And I am redoing my kitchen right now, and I purchased a Z line, which was a fraction of the cost of some of the other brands. So that may be something to look into if you're thinking or considering doing some type of change out of your oven. But I can really tell you it makes a difference to be able to have that extra space and to be able to cook all of it at one time. So I have that in a 325 degree oven. Now what I'm going to do is set a timer for 30 minutes. I'm going to actually go for a walk, and then I'm going to come back after my walk, and I'm going to pull those out, and I'm going to move them in a little bit more oil again. And then I'm going to put them in for about 15 minutes. I'm going to get you one that I can show you that I already have cooked, that are prepped for the week. And they're not as great looking because they are, cold. So they just turn out to be like little French fries, and they'll get a little bit of browning on them, and they're so delicious. So you can warm these up. I personally only do like 4 to 6 of these in one setting. That's about all that I'll do in a day, actually. I just don't consume a lot of sugar throughout my day. So in the morning, I'll start my day with some romaine lettuce, and maybe like 2 to 3 cubes of pineapple, and then a scoop of collagen. And then at lunchtime, I'll have my 3 ounces of salmon, and then I do about a cup of green beans, and I'll usually add like 2 to 3 carrots on top of those green beans. And in the afternoon, I'll do some broccoli slaw by itself, and I'll add usually about 2 or 3 more cubes of pineapple then. And then for dinner, I'll have that other serving of salmon, and then I'll have a little bit of asparagus and a little bit of green beans with maybe 2 or 3 more carrots. So I'm just having small amounts of each particular thing, and that's what's helping my immune system. I can't really have any large amounts of any one particular thing right now, or my immune system seems to be a little bit hyperactive. But praise God, I'm able to bring the amount of vegetables in that I've brought in right now, because for the longest time, for about 8 months, I had to do carnivore in order to not stay swollen, and I had to keep all vegetables out, and whenever I would eat them, I would blow up. As you can tell, I'm at least 10 pounds heavier than what I was when I was doing carnivore. My body is still swelling on a regular basis, but just not as much, and I can eat the vegetable and not have it swell my face or not have it swell my body right afterwards. So there's definitely some blessing, and there's definitely some shifts and definitely some changes. I have recently, over the course of the past couple months, started working with a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, and he is doing acupuncture with me several days a week. And I do believe that that is helping me out tremendously. And I'm also studying the traditional Chinese medicine therapy, nutritional therapy. So I'm learning some things, and I'm making some adjustments, and I'm working with him on those adjustments. And I do believe that that's definitely an integral part, along with some of the herbs that he's giving me to take as well. So that's an update on my immune system. I hope that that carrot recipe will bless you all and kind of just give you an opportunity to have something with just a little bit of a different flair, a little bit of a different flavor. Enjoy. God bless you.